Hello, my name is Holly Normington, and I'm one of the counselors at the Freshman Center at Rockford High School. Welcome to Rockford High School. Freshmen, this will be a great year and a very exciting time to start high school. We have a great staff at the Freshman Center, and we're really looking forward to meeting and working with you. Freshman life. Freshman year is a foundational year. It's a year where you will have the most required classes in high school. It's a year that you're really going to work on balancing your classes with the rest of your life. So we want you to find your niche, stay involved, but really work hard at not overdoing, because it can be a lot of work sometimes. So just communicate your needs, go towards support when needed. And the counseling office is another support system for you. We are here for you. Please let us know. You can message us through Schoology or just come into the counseling office and make an appointment with us. Here are your freshman required courses. English. Everybody must take English 9 or Honors English 9 A and B. Everybody must take Earth Science or Honors Earth Science A and B. Your Social Studies required course freshman year is World Studies A and B. And if you're a Spanish Immersion student, this is the course that you'll learn Spanish in, World Studies. Math is a little bit different because there's several different levels of math. And again, we will get the math that you need for freshman year from your current 8th grade math teacher. That will come as a recommendation directly to the counseling office. So we teach algebra, algebra 2, geometry, honors algebra 2, and some freshmen may even need honors pre-calc. So all math have an A and a B part with the exception of Algebra 1. Algebra 1 is a full year course, so you'll sign up for Algebra 1A, B, and C. So the C part takes up one of your electives. We also have flipped math. We have flipped algebra, flipped geometry, flipped algebra 2. And what flipped math is when you watch a video lesson at home and do the homework in class. We're on a trimester schedule at Rockford High School, and there are 3 12-week trimesters, 5 classes per day, so a little bit different than the traditional 6 classes that you're used to in middle school. Each class period is 72 minutes long, and in high school, you not only get grades on your transcripts, but you will earn credits. So each trimester class is worth a half of a credit. Each trimester class that you pass. So you want to make sure you pass your classes. We have 2 electives which require prerequisites. And what that means is you have to take one course before you can take the next course. And so the first one is Introduction to Art. So you must take Introduction to Art before you can take Art and Design or Drawing. We also have a prerequisite for the Technology department, and that is Product Design and Fabrication. You must take that class first before you can take Woods or any other tech class. So if you look at the schedule, this person's taken English 9A and 9B, first trimester and second trimester, and you look at third trimester, they're done with English. They don't have an English class. This person needs Algebra 1. So again, it's a full year class. They're taking Algebra 1A, B, and C, all 3 trimesters. They're taking World Studies A first trimester, and then they don't have the second part of World Studies until third trimester. Earth Science, they're taking Earth Science A and B second and third trimester. This person is starting their world language freshman year, which again, you don't have to start it until sophomore year if you prefer. but they are taking Spanish 1A and then not taking Spanish 1B until third trimester. Some of their other electives are teen leadership and intro to art. Again, they have one trimester PE class and they chose PE 9 and one trimester health. Here's a second sample trimester schedule. So this person chose one honors class, honors English, 9A and 9B. They're taking geometry, A and B. They've chosen strength and conditioning instead of PE 9, one trimester of that. They also have world studies A and B, earth science A and B, and one trimester of health. This person, for their electives, are starting with Intro to Art, and they move on to Art and Design 2, third trimester. And if you notice, this person has 3 Spanish classes, and that's because this is a person that took Spanish in middle school, and the Spanish elective in middle school is equivalent to our Spanish 1A at the Freshman Center. So they get to start first trimester with Spanish 1B, and then they can move on to Spanish 2A and 2B and be done with their world language their freshman year. What is arena scheduling? So arena scheduling is when you build your own schedule. You get to choose your teachers, classes, and periods, and we really want you to consider the best classes for you, not necessarily your best friend. So that sometimes can backfire on people. I think it makes sense to want to maybe take your third hour with a friend so you have lunch with them, maybe 1 or 2 classes with a friend, but please make sure that you're taking classes that are best for you. We also want you to really consider balance when you're doing your arena scheduling. So don't take more than 3 core classes per trimester. Balance each trimester with your cores and electives so you don't have an overload of homework one trimester versus another. We would prefer that you not take more than 2 honors classes your freshman year, because with honors classes comes more of a challenge and sometimes more homework. And then when you're doing your arena, consider whether you want to take your world language freshman year or wait until sophomore year. Selecting freshman classes. Step 1. The Rockford Freshman Center has entered all your core classes into student access for you already. Next, you today will enter your 5 electives, plus you're going to choose 1 PE, whether you want to take PE 9 or strength and conditioning. So you're actually going to put down 6 classes on your registration contract that you're going to turn into us and through student access today. Again, consider world language. You can consider taking an art or a tech class for your visual performance and applied art, which is a graduation requirement. The state of Michigan says you need to have 1 credit of a visual performing or applied art. You'll probably get many more credits than 1, and you have from 9th to 12th grade to do that. But you could take an art or tech class this year to take care of that requirement. You're also going to add 1 to 3 alternates on your registration contract. So just in case you don't get your first elective choices, what other electives would you like to take? Some core classes will be updated in student access based on your 8th grade performance, on your teacher recommendations, especially for math. And if you decide that you want honors English or science, you'll fill out the honors application, and if you get into 1 or 2 of those, we'll change your regular English and earth science to honors. So today, you'll see in student access, everybody already has regular English and science. So step 4, your requested classes, which is your wish list of electives, plus your core classes that are already entered by the Rockford Freshman Center, and plus your arena scheduling in May equals your freshman schedule. Some credits may have been earned based on middle school performance, such as math and Spanish. So if you've taken algebra or geometry in middle school, those courses will be put on your high school transcript as a credit. And if you've taken Spanish in middle school, that course will also be put on your high school transcript. So there are two unique registration groups. Spanish immersion students. If you're a current Spanish immersion student in middle school and you would like to continue the Spanish immersion program freshman year, you will take 3 required courses. You will take your World Studies A and B in Spanish. So on your paper registration form where it says World Studies A and B, put SI next to both of those. That way we know you're a Spanish immersion student and you want to stay in that program. And then you'll also take History of Spain, which is the 3rd required course to be in Spanish immersion as a freshman. If you choose to opt out of Spanish immersion freshman year, then you can register for Spanish 3A and 3B, and you can write that on your paper registration form. However, if you choose to opt out of that program freshman year, then you're saying that you no longer want to be in Spanish immersion for your entire high school career. And then the second unique registration group are students that have taken Spanish as an elective in middle school. So if you did that, then you are eligible to take Spanish 1B first trimester, and then you'll move on to Spanish 2A second trimester, Spanish 2B third trimester, and you'll have taken care of your world language requirement in high school your freshman year.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lutz, and I'm one of the counselors here at Rockford Freshman Center. The next thing we're going to do is go to the Rockford Public Schools website, which is rockfordschools.org. Once you go there, you're going to click on the right-hand side on Student Resources. Under Student Resources, you will find Student Access. Most of you will have done this before. Student Access is used for online scheduling and checking grades. You will not be able to use Family Access for registration or scheduling, only Student Access. In order to log in, you use your first 5 letters of your last name and your first 3 letters of your first name. Most of you will probably have done this before. For example, if your name were Harry Potter, your username would be P-O-T-T-E-H-A-R. Your username will be your student ID. Once you are logged in, on the left-hand side, you are going to click on Schedule. Your current 8th grade schedule should show up. In the upper right-hand corner, there will be a blue link that says Request Courses for next school year. Click on that. This is a really important screen. This is where you will request your courses for the next school year. On the right-hand side, you may see core classes that have already been entered by the Freshman Center. This would include English, Science, World Studies, Health, and possibly a math placeholder. If you don't see any classes entered yet, that's okay too. On the left-hand side are all the possible classes available to freshmen. You can use the scroll bar to go through and search the different classes, or on the bottom you can search here the different possible classes. For example, if you wanted to look up French, you could type in FRE and hit search, and it would show you all the French classes available. Or you could type in art and hit search, and it would show you all of the art classes available. So you can use either of those methods to search the different elective classes that are available. Once you find a class you're interested in, go ahead and click on it. Then up here, add click Add Course, and it will move it over to the selected courses on the right. If you make a mistake, click on the course on the right and then click on Remove Course, and it will take the class away until you have found all the classes that you want to choose. Once you have selected 6 classes total, that would include 5 electives plus either PE or strength and conditioning, then you are done requesting your classes online. As you can see up here, it says 6 total requests. Now, if your core classes have already been entered, then that total number will be 15 because you need 15 total classes as a freshman. Then you are completed. If you're having a hard time deciding which classes to take, you can look at the freshman course catalog. That is available under a link in the upper right-hand corner. It may say course descriptions, course catalog, or RFC courses, but it should be the top link in the upper right-hand corner here. If you click there, you will see a link that takes you to the course description guide. As you can see, it will include the course descriptions for not only all of the electives, but the core classes as well. It also includes the graduation requirements, any prerequisites for classes. For example, you need to take Introduction to Art before you can take drawing. You need to take algebra before you can take geometry, etc. It also lets you know if a class is 1 trimester, 2 trimesters, or 3 trimesters long. So there's a lot of good information in that course description guide, which is online. So today, we want you to turn in a paper registration form. We want you to make sure that you have written your math course in. It does just say math. We want you to write the class that you believe you'll be taking next year. For example, if you're currently in pre-algebra, you'll be taking algebra next year. If you are currently in algebra, you will be taking geometry next year. If you're not quite sure, you can ask your math teacher, but write which class you believe you'll be taking next year. You're going to choose one PE class, either PE 9 or strength and conditioning. This is a graduation requirement for 9th grade. You're going to select an additional 5 elective classes, so this will total 15 classes. You are going to add between 1 and 3 alternate classes on your written registration form. Now, if you're requesting orchestra or band, you will be guaranteed those electives, so we don't need quite as many alternates. If you're requesting Spanish, that's pretty much a guaranteed. But any other electives are going to be dependent on your schedule and what classes are offered what period, and so we want to make sure we have an alternate or a backup option for your electives. If you are in the Spanish Immersion program, please write SI after World Studies and also add History of Spain as an elective, but only if you're in the Spanish Immersion program. Finally, if you are currently taking Spanish 1A as an 8th grader, you will write Spanish 1B, 2A, and 2B for your world language. If you haven't taken any Spanish yet, but you want to take Spanish, then obviously you need to start with 1A and then 1B as a freshman, and you'll wait to take Spanish 2 as a sophomore. And I will say this again, you need 15 classes total, or 7.5 credits, as each class is half a credit. Once your paper registration is complete, then you can start working on your online registration that we just talked about. You will have a week to work on your online registration and make adjustments at home. You're going to add those 5 electives, keeping in mind that world language is going to be 2 of those classes, or 3 if you're doing that loop. Music will count for 3 electives if you choose to do a music class. You're going to add either PE 9 or strength and conditioning, and your additional electives for a total of 6 classes. Add Spanish Immersion or Spanish Loop if it applies. So this online registration should look very much like your paper registration. It is okay if you change your mind and make adjustments to the online. We will use the paper as a backup. So once the online student access registration is complete and your paper registration form is turned in, then the main part of the registration process is completed. For those of you that are interested in honors placement, information will be coming out soon regarding that. We do offer honors English, honors earth science, and a few different levels of honors math for freshmen. Some of you will qualify for all of those, which is quite impressive. However, we don't recommend that freshmen take that many honors classes. If you do have the option, maybe choose one or two. Taking all honors your freshman year can be very stressful and very overwhelming. And if you do choose to take more than one, maybe spread them out over the year so that you have some balance there. Arena scheduling will happen in May. That is an opportunity for you to take these classes that you have selected and build your schedule, the teachers that you want, the periods that you want, and spread your classes out over the course of the year. And then in August, we will offer an orientation the week before school starts where you get a chance to follow your schedule around, see where your classes are, and get an ID and just kind of get an idea of what it's going to be like with life at the Freshman Center. And that covers everything. Welcome to high school. If you have questions after today, the best way to get those answered is to reach out to either of us over Schoology. You can reach us at Holly Normington or Jennifer Lutz, and we will do our best to answer your questions and help you pave the path to high school.